The United Nations has set aside 26th June every year as the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. This year's theme, which is Share Facts on Drugs, Save Lives, formed the basis of the stakeholders meeting put together under the auspices of the Edo State Drug Control Committee, which held in Benin City. One of the speakers, Edo State Commandant of the National Drug and Law Enforcement Agency, Mr. Buba Wakawa, spoke to this year's theme as he highlighted imperative for collective fight against the abuse of drugs. He expressed worries over the sharp increase in the use of illicit drugs among young persons.
This year's event is to sensitize, share facts, and create awareness in the mind of people about the menace of drug abuse and illicit trafficking in our society. It also allows us as an agency to appraise our performance in achieving our mandate. Today's event provides me with the opportunity to share facts about drug abuse and illicit trafficking to government officials, community leaders, non-governmental organizations, parents, students, and the general public with a view to understanding the dynamics of drug abuse and trafficking as it relates to internal security, which is crime, and failure in the moral system of the society.
The NDLEA boards linked the rate of crimes like armed robbery, kidnapping, banditry, and their likes to the use of illicit drugs.
The victim's account further verified what we already know, that there is a link between crime and abuse of illicit substances. Kidnappers, robbers, insurgents, or perpetrators of grave crimes need mind-altering substances, be they cannabis, cocaine, or codeine, to help them muster the courage to commit atrocities.
Other speakers bear their minds on the dangers inherent in the use of drugs in the country.
Going on about the drug war and pass it on to them so that they can pass it on to the children they are going to head over. So the work is enormous. We want to change the narrative in this country. We want to change the narrative in this state. We want to change the narrative in our environment.
Your liberty to express yourself and move about, move from place to place and do whatever you like, you are now restricted in a facility. You should stay away from drugs. Say no to drugs.
Personality development of a child is almost virtually completed at the age of 12.
Some participants in the event spoke to GTV.
A lot of things, and like the slogan, say no to drug abuse and save lives. And by the grace of God, I was being inaugurated as the head chief of drug-free club in my school, and I assure the government that I'll go through the duties as the agent or as the head to stop drug abuse in my environment, in my schools, and in Nigeria also.
The intake of drug abuse, how drug affects us. There's drug abuse, there's misuse of drugs, there's addiction of drugs. So it has different levels of how you take it.
And that drug is not good for our physical, mental, and psychological health.
The highlight of the event was the inauguration of drug-free clubs drawn from prefects of secondary schools. Participants were drawn from officials of Edo State government, security agencies, students, NYSC members, media, and members of the public. Anita Irene, reporting from Benin.